It's been years since Uther died, Hector reminded him. Many have tried to free the sword since then. None have succeeded. It is time to try another way. It's true, Emery agreed, speaking carefully. So far no one had proved worthy to pull the sword from the stone. Kay stood abruptly, almost upsetting the table among with his chair. Kay, Hector cried, reaching out to stop his cup from spilling. I'm sorry, father, Kay gasped, but he did not sit back down. He stared at Emery. So whoever wins the tournament will be king? He demanded. King of Britain. Emery nodded. Indeed. Kay spun excitedly towards Hector. Father, you know what this means, do you? Don't you? It means we have to go too. He glanced at Emery uncertainly. London, Emery replied with a smile. We have to go to London, Kay cried. Hector raised an eyebrow. And who will look after the farm whilst we are gone? It doesn't matter, father. This is my chance. I could be the one to win the tournament. Or, if not, I can serve the man who does. Hector shook his head. I'm sorry, Kay, but this is not a chance that should be passed up. Emery interrupted. Please, father, Kay begged. King or knight, Hector murmured, his eyes darting between Kay and Arthur. It would be a dangerous life, but a worthy one, Kay agreed. Emery smiled at Kay. As you have to show yourself to be a worthy young man, Hector sighed. You won't give up until I say yes, will you? The words seemed meant for Kay, but Hector's eyes had once again shifted to Emery's. After a moment, he sighed heavily. Very well, we leave for London in the morning. Kay punched the air in victory. Thank you, father, he cried. I will go and pack. I'll be ready at first light. And with that, he was gone. Emery cleared his throat in the quiet that followed. And you, Arthur? Have you any interest in entering the tournament? Arthur nearly choked on his drink. Glad that Kay wasn't there to laugh at the suggestion. Me? He spluttered. You've never dreamed of being a knight like your brother, a king even? Arthur shook his head vigorously. Never. Why is that? I saw your bravery on the road. You are just as worthy as he is. I wasn't brave. I was terrified. I couldn't lead anyone. No man ever really knows what he can do until he does it, Emery pointed out. Enough, Hector cried suddenly, startling them. You cannot force him to do something he doesn't want to. Emery leaned forward in his chair, equally fierce now, and you cannot deny him a chance to fulfill his destiny. Arthur laughed to break the sudden tension. What were they even arguing about? My destiny is to stay here, at the farm, he announced firmly. After Kay has beaten or talked his opponents into submission at the tournament. That is, no one else laughed at the joke, and Arthur found himself eager to leave. I should go and pack for the journey too, he excused himself. Good night. Both men's eyes seemed to follow Arthur as he left the room, remembering how Hector's face had paled when he'd seen their guest. Arthur couldn't help feeling like there was something important he was missing. But what? Chapter 3. Arthur had just loaded his bag onto his father's cart in the morning when Kay arrived, dropping his own at Arthur's feet. Arthur looked down at it before looking questioningly at Kay. Well, if you are going to be my squire, Kay began. Arthur frowned. Who said I was? Kay grinned, throwing an arm around Arthur's shoulders. Arthur, I cannot arrive in London without a square. Who would take me seriously? But why does it have to be me? Because you are my little brother, and you want me to win, Arthur sighed, shaking his head as he bent to pick up the bag. Oh, and you are in charge of my sword too, Kay added, slipping the scabbard from his belt and handing it to Arthur. See that you keep it well oiled and sharp, he instructed before mounting his horse. He had insisted on arriving on horseback rather than sharing a cart. The animal pranced with his excitement, and don't lose it, he called back with a laugh. Arthur bit his tongue, fighting the urge to remind Kay that he didn't know how to look after a sword. Hector climbed onto a cart. Right then, unless you two have forgotten anything. Arthur looked around for Emirates and saw his cart pulling out ahead him. Hector snapped the reins, and their horse began to follow slowly, then gradually to pick up speed. Looking back, Arthur felt a stirring of excitement. The farmhouse grew smaller and smaller in the distance. The furthest he had ever been from home had been the nearest town. London would be a whole new adventure. Arthur, Kay hissed. Are you asleep? Yes, Arthur mumbled, as if the constant jolting of the cart would let him sleep. Boring through the journey was, similar, and numerous, through the fields and trees along the way had been, and despite Kay drawing on and on about what would happen when he drew the sword from the stone, Arthur yawned heavily, huggily. Arthur, what? He looked around. Where are we? The light was fading, and it was colder now. The landscape finally looked different, shadowed and gloomy. Arthur shivered and reached for his cloak. Kay shook his head, pulling his own furs around his shoulders. I don't know. When we stop, I'll teach you how to use a whetstone. I can't have my squire looking like he doesn't know what he's doing, can I? It wasn't long before their father found a place to sleep for the night. Arthur and Emily set up camp, whilst Hector and Kay used the last of the night to hunt their supper. Kay had to talk so loudly as they headed off that it would be a miracle if they caught anything. Your brother seems very sure of himself, Emily observed as they sat beside the fire they had built. He is, Arthur chuckled affectionately. He'll make a great leader, but not you? Arthur shook his head. I'm not like Kay. In what way? In every way. Kay's strong. He always knows what to do, even if it doesn't always turn out well. He's easily the best fighter in the village. I can barely even hold a sword. Emily studied him for a long moment, the firelight playing across his face. You know, there are many qualities that make men worthy to lead others. Just because you cannot use a sword, that does not make you weak. There are many qualities you possess, Arthur, like Kay does not. You are humble and honest, brave too, when you need to be, he smiled as he continued. And it is wise to remember that, whilst you can learn to fight, not everyone possesses the other qualities. Arthur blushed and was relieved when Kay and Hector appeared from the trees, carrying two hares. carrying 2 hares, their bows slung over their shoulders. Supper, Kate declared triumphantly as he dropped his hare onto a rock near the fire. I caught the bigger one, he boasted. It tried to get away, but I was too quick for it. At these words, Emrys caught Arthur's eyes. See? His look seemed to see. It left Arthur feeling uneasy.